In a world of DSG launches and Nürburgring lap times, sometimes you have to look backwards to go forwards. And that's where I think this comes in, the WRX STI. Well, the first thing you notice about the WRX STI is how raw it feels. Now, I've been used to driving a lot of cars over the last few years, a lot of modern cars, DSGs, regular automatics, and even manuals, and they all feel digital, not engaging, and they feel like they're just doing everything for you. And you jump in this, and it feels so old school. The suspension is not what you would call compliant. It's just rock hard. And it just feels really, really crazy and violent on the road. And I think that's what people love about the Imprezas of old. And it looks like this one has continued that theme. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I've driven any of the old Imprezas. I've not. And people went in on this when it first came out, because Imprezas went from being a four-door saloon car to a weird kind of hatchback. It lost most of its following, so then they brought this out, the four-door one, to try and bring back some of that magic that the original one had. And a lot of people watch my videos and they claim that I can't drive because I like an automatic. It's no lie, I do like an automatic. I love a DSG as much as the next person. But you put me in a car like this with a really tight shifter, yeah, I'm all over it. This is definitely one of the best manual gearboxes I've driven. Really short throws, really mechanical clunk into gear. The steering, again, is another highlight. Electric steering is now commonplace in pretty much everything, including Porsches, which is tragic. This has a hydraulic steering rack and it feels like one. It's got lovely weight to it, and it doesn't mean that it's heavy round town either, but it weights up lovely when you're at speed on the open road. To add to the old school charm of it, the interior is very old school Japanese. It isn't what you would call luxurious, and it isn't particularly attractive, but it's functional. And yes, there are a few rattles which I'm a little bit surprised about, but having said that, it's a Subaru Impreza WRX. You don't get it for its really pristine interior, you get it because it goes around corners like this. My God, it goes round corners. The power delivered as well. I mean, let's not forget to talk about this engine. Most of you will be sat here, and if you don't know anything about Imprezas, will be thinking this is a 2.5 litre turbo. You'd be wrong. This is a Japanese import, meaning it gets the 2 litre engine. Being the Spec C means it's got forged pistons, and it's a much stronger engine, preferred by tuners all over the world. This car was only available in Japan, so this car has been imported into the UK by my friends at DCCD Europe. So I want to say a massive thank you to them for lending me yet again another fabulous car to share with you all. If you are interested in buying a Japanese car, go and have a look at some, then please make sure to check the description where I'll link all of their socials there for you to check them out. But yeah, thank you DCCD for sorting me out with yet another amazing car. So the Spec C, what makes the Spec C so different? Well, obviously I've touched on it a little bit, the engine. Because it's only for the Japanese market, you get the stronger 2 litre engine. But on top of that, you get a lighter car overall. Thinner glass, less soundproofing. They have revised suspension, making it more tight and dynamic in the bends. It has enhanced cooling in the way of a water sprayer on the intercooler. So there's actually a button down here, you can press it and spray water on the intercooler, which obviously brings the temp of the car down, increases the performance. So why do I think the Impreza, and especially this version of the Impreza, never really caught on, never really gained that cult following that the old ones did? And I think it's just with the changing times. People don't want something so aggressive and so raw. They get into a new Golf R and it just works. Not only is the interior really nicely made and comfortable, the car's quiet, it requires very little driving skill to make it go down a road quickly. In an Impreza, you get it wrong and you're going to hit a tree, and it's as simple as that. Most people that are not used to old school cars like this would get in and think it's just a bit too basic for me, a bit too shaky, a bit too bone shaking. I love it for that. I find it really endearing, actually, and it's nice to revisit the old school, because I am sick to death of every single car coming out of Germany feeling exactly the same. The same 4-pot, the same DSG, and the exact same stupid noise when you change gear and it goes. And I think the final nail in the coffin for the Impreza, not only the rivals, of course, playing a big part of that, but it's the fact they went hatchback. I don't know why Subaru ever did that. And because they put it in a hatchback, they put it alongside cars like the Golf R, RS3, and things like that, and people started to compare them to it. And when you compare a Subaru Impreza like this one to an RS3, well, apart from the way it drives, it's a completely different car. The build quality is not even on the same planet. And realistically, when you're looking at a car in a showroom, the first thing you do is sit in it and think, this feels nice. This is not going to feel nice compared with the new RS3. But the minute you take it out on the road, it's going to come alive. And it's going to wipe the floor with any modern hot hatch that exists. And I think if they'd focused on their Saloon car, the blue one with the gold wheels that we all know and love, I think it would have been fine. I just think they let it slip. They put it in a hatchback form and they ruined the Subaru Impreza. Having said that, I think they ruined it from the opinion of most people. I don't think they actually ruined the car. The car probably is actually really good, and actually, in a later video, we are going to be driving the hatchback version to find out if it's actually rubbish. I suspect it's not very rubbish at all. I suspect it's as good as this. But this is the one you want. Massive wing at the back, 4 doors, get the kids on the back seat, drive around like you're Colin McRae. God, it is such an aggressive car, and I've talked about the engine before, but I'm going to mention it again because it has another feature which I love from these sort of old school cars, and it's something that's gone in all modern turbo stuff: turbo lag. Now, people used to criticise turbo lag, it was annoying. Now I see it as being kind of a fun, funky feature of the car. You put your foot down and there's absolutely nothing, and then the turbo comes in one massive lump. 4th gear, foot buried. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. It's hilarious. You don't get that in modern stuff. Modern stuff's just fast, completely from the off. It just goes. God, it handles. What a car! I absolutely love it. I was actually worried today, coming out in the Impreza, thinking, am I gonna like it? Is it gonna feel too old? Were people right? Is it actually rubbish now? They couldn't be more wrong. What a fun car. And although it's probably not one that I would add to my garage anytime soon, I can see why someone would. And I don't think I can do a review on the Impreza WRX STI without talking about the way it looks. I think you'll agree, it looks absolutely sensational. Everywhere you look, there's huge bulges and scoops, and it's extreme. It's very extreme. It's not what you would call a very pretty car, but it's striking. You look through the rear mirror and you see the ginormous, even bigger than a standard STI, rear wing. Look through the mirrors and you see the widened arches on the car. Everything's big, square, in your face, badging everywhere. It's not a subtle car. It's not pretty, but it does look incredible. And I think people of a certain age, i.e. mid-30s, will look at this and think that is one of the best things ever. And if you're a bit too young, you're going to look at it and think it just looks a bit dated. For those of us who know how good the Impreza was, how much of an icon it was, and we all remember playing on Colin McRae and using the blue Impreza with the gold bits on it. We all remember that car. And I don't care what anyone says, this new version, although it's not new, it's from 2012, It holds on to every last little bit of what the Impreza stood for. And I don't think I've been in a car in recent years that goes around corners like this. I thought my Porsche was planted. This is next level. You can literally chuck it into any corner at any speed and it pulls you out the other side. And it doesn't even feel that dramatic. And there's no wonder this car dominated at rallying so much. Because if this is what the Impreza was like back then, I'm surprised anyone could even think about competing with it. It's just a shame in 2008 they completely stopped rallying. Reasons are not really clear, but financial turmoil seems to be the main one behind the reason why Subaru aren't rallying anymore. And it's a massive shame. Because I think if they were, I think the Impreza STI would still be a car that people would buy today. Well, the Subaru Impreza WRX STI. I mean, I don't understand why people don't buy them. I suppose it's a bit like Japanese drinks. No one buys these either, but you should. I mean, just look at it. Very aggressive styling, but very unique as well. I have to say, this has been one of the best cars I've driven in recent months. The way it goes around corners, the performance from that 2-litre engine, it just defies everything I ever thought about the WRX Impreza. It's been an amazing experience, and I just want to say once again thank you so much to DCY for lending me this absolutely incredible car.